Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Airships Conquer the Skies with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to a video I'm recording at 4 AM simply because I can't sleep, and I really want something to do. So today, we're just building something a little bit out of the ordinary. This might not be used in the campaign, honestly, it's a video which shouldn't even exist, but today I want to see if we can abuse one of the mechanics in this game, and that is the structural integrity, using keels to add health to modules. Now, that is a bit difficult to do when you use airships because, of course, the lift is finite. You can't add that much lift to a craft, so adding these super heavy keels, it becomes a bit difficult to get loads of health in modules. However, there are these. Now, these are the spider legs. The spider legs are fantastic because they can carry a ridiculous amount of weight per one, and you're not limited to using only one of these legs. In fact, you can use quite a few, and it's not really a huge issue in terms of cost. So then, let's see if we can make a near-immortal walker. Now, this is going to look terrible, because we're simply not going to have the space to be able to do any decent shaping with this or anything like that. This is just a proof of concept, derping around, and seeing if this is actually effective, and if it is, well, I'm actually going to be a little bit ashamed of myself. So to begin with, what we need though is a lot of coal, because these things devour coal very, very quickly. Now, it's difficult to tell where one leg ends and one begins. Okay, that goes right, that goes left, that's the new leg. I'm just going to add one to each new leg. There we go, there's some coal. Probably not even placing these 100% correctly, but really, does that matter? Is that the biggest concern with this type of craft? So what I'm thinking is keels, rockets, keels, rockets, okay? Everyone, say it with me, keels, cannons, that's correct. Okay, so then, let's go with structural, and we want the grand keels. Let's go on overlays and hit points. So currently we are on lower hit points because we just have such a huge craft and nothing's really connected. So then, beginning here, straight away we are in the green. So what happens if I do, I don't know, this? Okay, no, that's silly, we can't have it like that. There we go, let's not... Lathrix, stop fighting it and just build it correctly. There we go, well done, Lathrix. You are getting everything wrong because you are horribly, horribly sleep deprived. But has that ever stopped you before? Wow, so the legs are now on 4,000 health and increasing rather rapidly, and we are only just now past the halfway mark in terms of our maximum weight. Now, this will affect absolutely everything. So, the concept is that we are going to be very, very hard to kill. Now, here's a problem. Here is a problem. Explosive rooms which can explode, don't exactly need to be destroyed in order to detonate. In fact, it seems like every time they take damage, they have a chance of simply going, well, I took damage, time to detonate. So we might maybe avoid using missiles after all, or at least the rockets, purely for that reason. They kind of go against the whole concept of everything is nearly immortal. I must attempt to add more legs. Got to be honest, maybe one more set of legs at the back just to increase our carrying weight further. Is there any problem with this? I mean, it's increasing the size, yeah, but it's not like they're expensive either. They're only... Wait, you're kidding? They're only 198? Spider legs are like the best thing in this game. It's kind of insane. Now, the reason why we need coal is because we are going to need to be able to at least swap sides when necessary. Otherwise, I'll just... Ooh, perhaps we could put the coal on the end here like a butt and then put the keels here. That might look a little bit better. Where are you? Resources, coal. Thankfully, I think they can run throughout the bottom. Yeah, because that's all still connected, right? Yeah, it's not saying they're disconnected, so they must be able to run through and then go to the top. That's good. That is good. So now we go back to structural. Oh, look! Grand keels. Grand keels. Oh, it's only just about now increasing the health, but saying that, it is being spread out through more things. 1,278 health per coal store. You know those vulnerable sections? Well, now they can take several cannon shots to the face. In fact, I think they can take Imperial cannon shots. Imperial cannon, you do damage of 400. It can take 3 Imperial cannon shots before this thing is destroyed. Except for, of course, fires are still a thing. Okay, yeah, we definitely need fire resistance. What am I creating? I don't even know. We could make it like a horrible spider turtle. A horrible spider tortoise. Has science gone too far? The next question is, what type of armor should we have? So armor shouldn't really be that important, considering the health we have. It's only going to be important on explosive sections. So, on the keels themselves, I'm simply replacing all of the armor with steel wool. This is because it's the lightest armor we have available, I think so. Wooden wool, 1 weight, steel wool, 1 weight. So, 2 weight. Was that changed? I could have swore... Wait, in the last video, didn't I look at that and say, oh look, it's 1 weight? I am almost certain I did. I'm going to check my last video to see if that's been changed and I just didn't notice. Or perhaps I'm just going mad. In that case, I could replace it with wooden wool. It's also cheaper. Not that really matters. Well, I guess it does matter because we do have a maximum of 20,000 because we can't go any further than that, I guess. There we are. But yeah, I don't think armor's going to really matter with these almost 8,000 health modules here, which can't be exploded. So, this is going to be a thing. Yeah, maybe rapid fire wasn't the best there. Try aimed. So I haven't seen any real damage yet, which is interesting considering it's firing Imperial and Heavy against us. Whoa, that's... my frame's gone. Yeah, 2 almost maxed out sized vehicles fighting. Not exactly conducive of no lag. Okay, there we go. Back to normal. I'm assuming we knocked out one of the other balloon sections. Oh, I see. It's hitting this section a lot. Well, oh yeah, because the enemy firing is mostly randomized. It does seem like they target certain things more often, but it's just firing at this lump of keel. We don't care if the keel shell thing gets hit. Should really stop putting it on fast forward, shouldn't I? I mean, now you can rapid fire right next to the thing. You can board me, can't you? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Well, we're about to be boarded by the enemy. Back off! I'm sure you can move. Agile as a fox. Yay! Fighting! Oh, torpedo hits. Yep, again, it doesn't matter if you hit the keel. It really doesn't. Oi! Which has some guard barracks in this. Or marine barracks like this one has. They do the same job, essentially, when it comes to guarding, just these ones can board. Oh. What just happened? Is that just because of my white? I am destroying the very world itself! Can you please get back up? No, you can't. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a victory for the Derp God. The Derp Lord. Now here's a question. Do I bother actually trying to make this thing look good, or do I just leave it here as a successful experiment? Now, admittedly, the Blood God is not exactly a great test. Things like the Overwhelmer would have been, but just seeing the fact it seems to have done no damage to the main body. Just because of having a sheer size. Oh no, it has done a little bit of damage, but no modules destroyed, not a single one. Not even a corridor. And that's gonna, yep. At least we can show that the Blood God can survive a lot of heavy weapons as well. Gonna risk fast forward now. No! But he's still smiling, bless him. This is gonna be the stupidest video on my channel. And that's difficult to do. I have a lot of stupid videos. Oh god, it won. You know, I was actually a little bit hoping that would not happen. I was hoping it would lose, but no, the Derp Lord, it as a proof of concept, it works just fine. So how could we improve this? Oh god, why am I talking about this seriously? How could we improve this to make this more functional, to make it more usable in a campaign? We're near the maximum cost, so there's not all that much we could really do. I guess what we could do is add another set of legs, which is so silly to say, and then use flak at the bottom or something, just so enemies can't get directly above us and attack us from behind. That's currently one of our big weaknesses. Also, adding the guard barracks. Yeah, in the last video, a lot of people were mentioning that I didn't have any protection from boarding in the Blood Guard. Well, it does actually have 3 of these. Marine barracks houses 8 air marines ready to board enemy ships or defend your own. Then there's the guard barracks, which just supplies 4 guards, which do essentially the same job, but you can't board with them, and they are much cheaper because of that. The air marines just gives you a bit of versatility in case you ever want to board an enemy. But honestly, just having this much crew is a great deterrent. In fact, we're still above the recommended crew, which is silly. But my idea is these modules are going to be so hard to kill. The way you're going to lose is probably going to be fire or just losing crew members. So avoiding those 2 is probably key. So what should I do? I don't know how to make this better. Honestly, just flak all on the top would be okay, but having this so high up, they can still hide behind here. So perhaps a line of rifles here, so it's protecting its butt. Or we could move these keels outwards and then have the weapons load out. Oh god, that looks so stupid. So the reason why it looks stupid is this was the idea I just had in my head. Remove this section here, so that we can have flak all the way down here. But then Lathrix, you've lost all those keels. Yes, we have, commenter. Yes, we have. So what we could do is this. Put all those keels back along the outside. And then have flak like that. Yeah, I need to really consider what I'm going to do here. What happens if I lose all of the keels? Whoa! Almost no health at all because of the size of this thing. Derp Lord versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Overwhelmers. Now, theoretically, the Overwhelmers should still win, mostly because the crew is going to die on this thing. But if they can't kill it fast enough, they will lose because they will run out of coal and they will run out of ammunition. This thing probably will not in that time because it is firing far slower. It will be an aimed fire the whole time. Also, we have some flak on the back with really badly placed ammunition, just so there's a back weapon. I think how the Derp Lord will most likely win fights is it's going to win by simply outlasting enemies. So what we need to do is add rifles, so we can just put them everywhere just to make sure the game thinks it's still functional, adding little bits of ammunition, adding maximum crew, just so it's so difficult to finish off that the game awards it a victory. And how scummy does that sound? I love how it just destroys terrain because of its weight. Oh, so many cannon shots. Well, 1 balloon down. Wow, you're on fire. Yeah, heavy turrets are quite strong, though. It's like a light rain! Ignore it, lads. You're fine, just stay there. Flak, do things! Oh no, don't crash. Okay, actually, them crashing into me might be the way they win. It's okay. Seeing stuff like that is fine. We're all fine. They're just corridors. Nothing. Hey, 1 Overwhelmer down, 2 Overwhelmer down, but sadly that's going to crash into us. Kill that one before it can do the same. That flak is doing great. Come on, Derp Lord. They actually have more resources than us in this fight, on the side note. Just keep it up, it's going fine. These seem far more accurate when it comes to firing at the correct spot. Ow, everything. We're still technically alive. And we can still technically move. We're even firing still. Are those out of ammo? That's still firing! You simply create more of us, fools! You can't stop Derp. It's the greatest force in this universe. Keep firing! In fact, maybe we should just hold fire. Oh, no, you are doing damage slowly. Yeah, flak I'm not a huge fan of on the side note. So, we found a weak spot. What we need is to make sure everywhere is covered by as much just connection points as possible. As many connection points. And I would say maybe a shield above so things can't crash into us, but then that would block the flak. Well, I think at the minimum we've caused an AM stalemate. Because if we hold now, they're not firing, we're not firing. Stalemate versus 6 overwhelmers. And that's way more firepower than the campaign gives. Oh, and there goes its coal. We win! We win! Oh, behold the power of derp! My fiancé just mentioned this thing sort of looks like a horrible grub or some form of maggot. So what if we use acid? Now, I don't even know how you get acid brewing. Is that part of one of the flags, or is it one of the enemies? I don't know, but apparently it's quite strong. Or at least it looks fairly interesting. So, let's just add some acid to the bottom. Because why wouldn't you? Then with that, what we could do is just charge this thing forward against some buildings and see what happens. Because, once again, why wouldn't you? Bit far away from the ammo, admittedly, but still. Now I'm looking at that, the damage doesn't seem great. Blast damage 10, splash damage 8 meters, direct damage 7. Reload time 2 seconds. Shoots troops and planes. Yeah, it doesn't seem as good as the flamers, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out. A somewhat efficient design, our old bombards. And now, let's add the Derp Lord. There we are. I believe we have the advantage. No, they do. Okay. Acid spitting! It's got a much further range than I expected. Much longer range, rather. Yep, you just stay there. That's good. Now, these things have 3 Imperial cannons each, and they don't seem to be doing all that much. Yeah, the acid seems to do nothing. You know what? For the sake of it, ram forwards. That was a great idea. That went completely fine. I would walk away as well. You've changed your mind. I've got more mass than you. This thing just... Even without a ram, first of all, triggered, but even without a ram, it just destroys things because of how heavy it is and how much force it's pushing forwards with. Oh god, it won. It actually won. That's so stupid. Here's a question. Would a block here increase the health of the heavy turret? So hit points, because these things are just sponges for health, and by the looks of things, it probably is. So, yeah, that does increase the health. Not by a huge amount, but enough to warrant that. Because these seem to be targeted quite a lot. That's why I put heavy armor on them, so they are almost 3,000 health with full heavy armor. Now here's the question. Is it worth removing all the heavy armor to add more grand keels? I don't think, at this point, I think trying to protect the crew a little bit is probably the best, because you can't get the health of the corridors that high. And you kind of need to build like this to ensure there's always going to be a path for the crew to take. In fact, I should really add more corridors of ladders, rather than just regular corridors. It's a little bit heavier, but just to make sure everyone can get to their post, even when they've taken more damage. So, I'm going to add some more crew. Going to change up the back section a bit, then I'll do one more test, then I will safely say this has been a very stupid success, and in the future I may try and build on these properly. This has been a proof of concept. Okay, let's start taking this seriously now. So, we need a telescope and a crow's nest. Oh, taking this seriously, yeah, that's happening, that's totally happening. So, what about the weird mouth part then? I like the concept of the acid, but I don't like its execution. Maybe I need more testing with the acid to see just how it works, but from that first test, it just didn't seem fantastic. The flamethrower does less damage technically, but it does 20 rounds per second. which is pretty nice. So I could just go flamer, 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 flamer. That would burn down anything too close to us, which would be kind of awesome. I could go with the heavy flamer, but that's... Well, wait for it. Wait for it. Heavy. That looks weird. I like it. So this thing just marches forward slowly and then devours buildings. All whilst having ridiculous amounts of health and having a flak for a butt. A flak for a butt with no ammo. Oh yeah, I removed the ammo, didn't I? Okay, let's re-add the ammo. Just because I think this will look cool. Come on, let's get the same cost. My god, the piranha are cost efficient. Wait, do they still cost? Do they still cost? Piranha, where are you? Yep, 666, with a maintenance of 6. Stop landing on me! I swear that's not the most effective thing to do in this game. Just explosions everywhere. Hold your ground, that island's useful. Ah! So much light damage against armor. Pause. Ram forwards for the sake of it. I know it's silly and that might cause our death, but still. I've changed my mind. How many are left? Quite a few, actually. Oh, one of our main weapons just went. Look at them get stacked! Fire at that one, it's closest. High chance to hit. Oh, there's a fire. The modules just aren't breaking. Only the front broke, that's because things landed on it and then that was damaged. The corridors are being stripped off. Most, actually no, a lot of them are still there. It's just the armor's gone, so it looks like it isn't. It's difficult to see, but yeah, that's still there. Low health, but still there. Ow. It's hard to see my shots. How's that flak doing? Yeah, that flak just knocks out another... There's another stack. I know this is like at 1 FPS, but still. Uh-oh. If you die on top of us, but that's on fire and no one's coming. So, yep, sure, go ahead and do it. Just keep at least one weapon. What is that? My god, the keels are actually starting to break. I saw a shot going that way. No idea if it's going to land or not. Probably not because they're bouncing around. Can't fire at you, you're too low. Can you just run out of ammo, please? Oh, fires are now running rampant. I think the piranhas have won this one. I forgot how much ammo I gave them. There are corpses everywhere, at least. Oh? They're out of ammo. As we sit there. I can't see inside of the thing. Oh, no. I think we're going to be the default losers here. Let's just fast forward time and see what happens. That was so stupid. Which sums up the episode. Oh no, you're not classed as defeated. You have no command though. Yeah, having no command is a problem. But you do have ammo, I think. You don't say you don't have. I don't know. I don't even know. A lot of them are classed as defeated though. Just not all of them. So apparently this fight is never going to end. This is like 2 minutes later. I think we can say we lost that, really. So 4 carriers versus spam rifles. That's all. Yeah, that isn't going well. Some silly resistance versus the bombs, though. Hey, how are you? Can't really cut through the armor. Oh, we are a truck. Knock out his balloon. Let's see what happens when you crash onto him. Please stop moving backwards. It's following you. No, my truck. Killing a lot of the bombs now that there's less enemies to fire at. That one doesn't seem to be fighting. Fight that one instead. And if you can't, there we go. Take out all the bombers. And then I think we may actually win this. It depends. We are still using rifles. Lots of them. At this point, I wish we were using Gatling guns. All of those as Gatling guns. That would be a lot of shots. Okay, I think we've had enough of just silliness today. Next time, I promise, we'll go back to building properly. Well, actually, we'll probably finish the campaign. Then we'll build properly. No! Are you still fighting? I think you may have won. The carriers did so well in the campaign. Now, I am fully aware, though, to counter this, all you need to do is not be the AI and simply get a bomber above here. Well, actually, no, because of the flak. Either way, though, there are definitely positions you could take against this craft, which is so slow, which it couldn't shoot you, but you can shoot it. How is that attached to that, really? Oh, because you have the spendium chamber still, I see. You fire at this one instead. Oh no, it's defeated. So are those two. Ooh! Seems like it was stuck on its last command, which is to move forwards. Well, now I can't even shoot it. That was just so stupid. We lost. Survived though, but yeah, technically we lost. I don't know. I don't think either side really won that one. So with that, I'm afraid I really am all out of time for today's video, and I'm going to go back to try and get some sleep. That was just a stupid proof of concept, and I think we proved the concept, because even though that was terribly designed, it was functional, it was difficult to kill, and it beat some designs which I would say, even though they're my designs, are actually decent. So yeah, that was the derp, and I hope you'll have a lovely day. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Airships Conquer the Skies is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you so much for watching. May all your nights be filled with sleep, and goodbye. Or days, if you're nocturnal like I am normally.